Oh yeah, even bald eagles love a nicely cut lawn. God bless America. Hey, how you doing? It's Dwayne with Thor Core Fitness here for another exciting update. We're traveling again, but I figured I'd expand on what I talked about last time about the dynamic tension and isometrics when you're using resistance bands. So that way you can do strength training no matter where you are, whether you're on a extra unused set of That 70s Show.
We're out here on beautiful Lake Michigan.
Well, here we go again. It was another week of travel for us, this time actually to Wisconsin, to a little town called Two Rivers, or Trivers as the locals call it. And I can tell you that from the beginning, I could tell this was going to be a tough week to lose body fat.
Well, here I am in Wisconsin. We're in Fremont, right next to Partridge Lake. Let's see, there's a river here. What a beautiful place. Staying at an old hotel that was built in 1895. Just thinking, hopefully I can, this is going to be the real challenge here, because I don't know if I'm going to continue to lose body fat, because they got cheese curds and cheeseburgers and beer, and that's pretty much the staple diet from what I've found of this part of Wisconsin. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you posted.
So yeah, it didn't go all that great as far as diet goes. This is the first weigh-in where I went up in body fat, though thankfully it wasn't a lot. Before the trip I was at 207 pounds and 12.15% body fat. After the trip I ended up at 206 pounds and 13.22% body fat, so not a huge gain, but if you consider I've been dropping about 0.75% each week, I'm off target by about 1.82%. It's not huge, especially if you consider where I started a few months ago, but it certainly stings to lose progress when you're on a fitness goal. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the rhythm of getting into shape is always 2 steps forward and 1 step back. The 2 steps forward feels amazing, but that 1 step back feels awful. That's when it's important to remind yourself this rhythm is a normal part of the dance, and you'll be back to 2 steps forward again in no time. It certainly didn't help the situation much that I had a hard time finding cardio to do, but near the end of the trip we found a beautiful 10-mile bike ride through the woods. Absolutely gorgeous being that close to nature, but the mosquitoes were absolutely insane. Within a second of stopping, we'd have 5 on our legs, but good motivation to keep moving the whole way through. You can always find a way to see the positive blessing in a situation instead of the negative if you have the eyes to see it. Life isn't a series of peaks and valleys, it's both at the same time. You just have to decide to seek out the peaks in your situation. I also got a great jog on this wave break out to a historic lighthouse. You probably can't see it here, but I got a nice lighthouse workout on there too. Can't beat that scenery.
Lighthouse workout.
For strength training, I again mostly stuck with resistance bands, although we made a pretty awesome discovery shortly after this that you'll see in a minute. I want to be clear that I do not think resistance training replaces good, heavy weight training in the gym, so please don't think I'm suggesting this is a one-for-one replacement for those of you who are just making excuses not to go to the gym, but it can fill in the gap during times when weight training is not possible, or maybe if you're warming up to getting back into the gym after a long break. Not to mention it's also great for strengthening injured muscles, joints, ligaments, or tendons.
I can go like this, and even on this heavier band, which is the black band, it's just not that much of an effort for me, so I can burn out doing these, do 100 of them, and get a burnout, but you're really not going to build a lot of strength that way. So dynamic tension is where you flex as hard as you can, you're making it harder as you go, like that, using your own resistance, in this case, it's your antagonistic muscle group, the triceps, to pull against it. And that way, you can do maybe just 12 of these. You just shoot from 12 to 10. Nice and slow. You can alternate. It's not actually that hard for me to pull this thing, but I'm making it that hard. After you do all those, then you do isometrics, which is where you flex as hard as you can that muscle group and try to hold it for at least 10 seconds. You almost feel like it's cramping. That's the way you can get a good strength training exercise out of something that's not strong enough for you.
Back home, I did some stiff arm pull downs to hit the back a little harder. And remember, you can always add exercises that don't require resistance bands. Don't forget to work the upper chest. And I'm a huge fan of sissy squats. There's nothing sissy about them. They're particularly good for hitting the stretch position of the quadriceps without overstressing the knee joint with lots of weight. And I do them in the gym between sets of heavy squats or leg presses, especially if my knees are feeling prone to injury that day and I don't want to overload them with weight in the lowest position. But just as we were finishing up our workout and biking back to the truck, we ran into a little workout gem just sitting there by the side of the road.
Adult Outdoor Fitness Center. How about that? Like I was just saying, you make an effort and God will meet you halfway. Let's see how these things even work. I can adjust it later. A little tough, huh? Try it now. How about that? It uses just the pneumatic pressure.
funny, you have to push it both ways. But it is an effort either way.
Yeah.
See, I have to pull it and push it. I've never seen one like that, but it's kind of cool. It gets both the muscle and the antagonistic, the opposing muscle. So I'm actually getting chest, some hair in my mouth, and back at the same time. It's like a row and a press. It's actually easier to press than to row. It's a weird little thing, but you know, you could get a good workout on it. And it's free and it's outside. Oh, you really gotta pull it. And you don't have to push it very hard at all. I've just never seen something like that. What else we got in this little fun bag? Oh, we push this whole thing. There we go.
Oh, that's fun.
See, now this makes sense because your body weight pushes it back down. So when it's further down like that, generally speaking, it's usually getting you here more. When it's up more like this. But hey, this is a good complement to the stuff I was doing with the resistance bands over there because I wasn't getting a whole lot of leg stuff. That's one of the downsides of the resistance bands for me. Yeah, this works. And then last but not least, of course, we've got a shoulder press. It's just so weird how it stays up like that. That has to be by design. It's all worn out. I guess you can do both. Pull this way and push that way. Or pull this way for a little serratus. Pretty cool. You never know what you're gonna find.
There was also an ab bench, even though I don't spend a lot of time worrying about abs. Before you say, yeah, I can tell. Remember, the key to six-pack abs is low body fat, and I'm getting there, but that's a subject for another video.
So there you have it. You don't have to go all out and spend a whole lot of money to get a gym membership while you're away, but just make a little bit of an effort. Just a little bit of an effort can go a long way. Just really try to stay in shape and reach your goals. Don't give up. Even little efforts like this can keep you in shape and you can make progress and please expect it. So please subscribe to this channel. I'll keep the content going and help you get in better shape no matter where you are. This is Wayne with Northmore Fitness. Good luck. Don't use this if you hope to have a family.